Welcome to The Rebound with Coach Matt Doherty.
Welcome back to The Rebound. I am Matt Doherty, and today we're unpacking a topic that separates reactive managers from elite leaders. Know your environment. This is continuation of the STEVIT 6 No's of Leadership, STEVIT, and the E is for environment. Leadership doesn't happen in a bubble. It happens in a context. And your ability to lead well depends on your ability to read the field, read the room. Let me tell you a quick story. When I was coaching at North Carolina, I used to really study everything I knew about not only the opponent, but the arena, the lighting, the court. Where were the dead spots in the court? The fans, and yes, the referees. I needed to know the environment before I could lead my team into it. I remember going into Duke for the first time as the head coach at North Carolina and talking to the players about, these fans, they're great, they're loud, but they can't come out and block your shot. They can't come out and steal the basketball. They can only make noise. And one of the best things to do as a player and a coach is to go on the road and make them grow quiet. And yes, that's what we did in 2000. But yet in business, we often charge ahead without truly understanding where we are. Let's break this down. Point number one, know the market. What's changing around you? Are you paying attention to the trends, technology, competitors? Have you conducted a SWOT analysis of your last year's revenue? What are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats? That's a SWOT analysis. Are you listening to your customers, not just with surveys, but with curiosity? How about that? Curiosity. Are you polling your customers in person? See, most people fill out a survey and people get tired of surveys. People get tired of, if I put a 3 or a 2 on a 5-point scale, 5-star scale, it almost fights me and it makes it tougher for me to tell you the truth. And I think as leaders, we want to mine for the truth and make it easy for people to tell us the truth. More of that later on in the 6 No's of Leadership. But a leader who knows the market can adapt, and one who doesn't will become irrelevant. Let's talk about Kodak. Kodak didn't go out of business because they didn't know how to take pictures. They went out of business because they didn't read the environment. They didn't see around the bend. Number 2, know the team culture. Your office, whether it's remote or in person, in a living, breathing environment, the culture is in the air your people breathe, okay? It's a vibe. You feel it. So ask yourself, are your people energized or exhausted? Are they aligned or fragmented? Are you empowering them or micromanaging them? A toxic culture kills performance, silently and slowly. One of the biggest leadership blind spots is believing your people are motivated just because you are. Here's a tip. Walk slowly through the office. Ask questions. Watch how people respond when the meeting ends. That's when the real environment reveals itself. See, 50% of communication is body language. 35% is tone, and only 15% is content. Okay, so it's not what they say, it is how they say it. You can't get body language or tone in a survey or an email. You really have to get in front of people and ask and see how they respond. Point number 3, know yourself in the environment. You are part of a system. You're part of an ecosystem. You influence it. So ask yourself, am I leading with clarity or confusion? Am I building trust or tension? Am I showing up present or distracted? Sometimes the environment feels off because you're off. So take ownership of that. Take a deep breath and take a look around. Quick exercise. I want you to do a leadership environmental scan this week. Yes, a leadership environmental scan this week. Ask yourself, what's the one external trend that could impact our business? Number 2, what's one internal cultural issue I've been ignoring? Number 3, how do I typically affect the energy in the room? Wow. Energy. That is such a big topic because there are two kinds of players: energy givers and energy suckers. What kind of player are you as a leader? Are you bringing energy or are you sucking the energy out of the room? Energy is a gift. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. You've got to bring that enthusiasm. You got to pump yourself up as a leader. David Novak, who was the former CEO of Yum Brands, I interviewed on the Rebound, and he talked about, he had to lead 1.5 million people worldwide. And I always ask people, what was their morning routine? And most people say, I journal, I pray, I work out, and I try to do the same. And he would say one of the affirmations is make sure that my mood elevator goes to the top floor today. The mood elevator. Here's the CEO of Yum Brands, 1.5 million people worldwide, and he's giving himself a pep talk in the morning so he brings great energy. What are you doing? Bring your answers to those 3 questions to your next team meeting. That's leadership in motion. The best leaders don't just work in an environment, they shape it. But you can't shape what you don't see. So slow down, observe, listen, know your environment, and then lead boldly within it. Leadership is a learned behavior. We all lead in some way, shape, or form. We all deal with adversity. And when you do, I challenge you to rebound. I challenge you to learn and grow. If you'd like to contact me about executive coaching, workshops, or giving a keynote talk, you can reach me at dohertycoaching.com. That's DOHERTY coaching.com. Thanks for tuning in. OMJ Clothing is an elite men's clothing store that provides a vast array of spectacular brands of men's lifestyle apparel for every day. Elevate your business upscale casual at OMJ. Success comes from standing out.